know, this is Big Shaq and you watching Sweat, see?
Welcome back to Sweat. I'm Kobe Jones.
Hey, and I'm Mark Long. That was bad, wasn't it? Hey! Look, now what we're about to show you is incredibly disturbing and should only be seen by mature gamers.
I thought that was pretty disturbing right there.
It was, I'm embarrassed.
We were advised not to show you the content in its entirety, but we here at Sweat felt if we could just touch one gamer with this story, then our job was done.
That's right, so without further ado, let's cringe with Shaq Fu.
I thought you weren't gonna rhyme anymore.
I know, it was an accident.
There once was a man named Shaquille O'Neal. He was a modern-day Renaissance man of many talents like basketball, rapping, and acting. But this young Shaq possessed 0 championship rings and had a sidekick named Penny, not Kobe. Shaq wasn't always the big fella that we've grown to know and love. Once he was a possessed karate master who was out to save a lost little boy, and he went by the name of Shaq Fu. Story has it that Shaq was in Tokyo for a charity basketball game when he wandered into a local shop. A man there swindled Shaq into believing that he was the magic one who could save a lost boy named Nizu. Shaq then found himself going through a portal in search of Nizu, some kid he's never even met. Kazam! Shaq has now entered the second world, where his basketball is secondary to only one thing, his kung fu. The big fella is looking to put his size 22 foot into somebody's caboose. In the duel mode, the big Baryshnikov brings his 7-foot fury to anyone who's willing to fight him. Like the prince, who invites you into his temple for a sword fight, although he's the only one with a sword. The prince definitely has the home court advantage, as his friends, a dancing Shiva, cloaked ghost, and some dude on the stairs cheer him on. And then there's a Catwoman, who loves to beat up men. She might be cute, but she packs some punch, and is out to take the big Aristotle down. In the tournament mode, you set up a bracket, and this unruly bunch is forced to fight their way to the finish. Unlike the playoffs, there's no Kobe, so Shaq will have to do this alone. Then there's the game's most celebrated mode, although very few celebrate it, the story mode. In this mode, Shaq trots around an island seeking to unleash some Shaq-jitsu. Each person defeated is one step closer to finding this pint-sized stranger in a zoo. The villains in Shaq Fu are quite interesting. The Skeletor-looking guy is extremely unfriendly. The Tomb Dweller is wrapped a little too tightly, and this demon-looking dude is desperately trying to take the big guy down. But don't worry, because if you use your Shaq Keto wisely, you'll be shuffling the bongos. Luckily, Shaq is able to escape the second world, win a few rings, and become the most dominant player on the court. Let's just say that Vlade Divac and several NBA players are looking for some other portal to trick him into.
What an unbelievable dunk!
What, I don't get a ball?
There you go. Well, that was on the level of like stealing Kazam.
Horrible. Does Shaq even know karate?
I don't think so.
Bad, bad, bad.
Very bad. A game that bad should be buried somewhere in the Mojave Desert where not even your casual gamers can find it.
That's right, Kobe, and make it a plot for 2 because this next game should be buried right along Shaq Fu.
Here we have the greatest basketball player on the planet, Michael Jordan, trekking across Chicago in a quest to save his teammates.
That's right, and his weapon? No, not one of the MVP trophies, but a basketball. So let's be brave and watch the worst decision MJ ever made. And it's good!
It's showtime.
Some would say it's a notoriously terrible game. Some would say it's a closet classic. But all we can say is, Michael Jordan, what were you thinking?
Time out.
In 1994, Nintendo released both Shaq Fu and Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City, onto an unsuspecting populace. Both titles have since become the stuff of legend. Featuring similar graphics, monsters, and environments, both the Shaq and MJ titles were scary. The chaos all began on a windy day in Chicago, the site of an oh-so-familiar all-star charity game. Our hero, his Ernest, shows up to play, only to discover that his teammates have gone missing. An evil scientist named Dr. Max Cranium has captured Michael's buddies and now holds them captive in various spooky locations. Michael, armed only with a trusty basketball and superhuman jumping skills, must embark on a dangerous journey to save his men. He begins in a cavernous prison where he encounters giant spiders and leaps around Mario style to collect power-ups. His first teammate in no time, who warns him that Dr. Cranium is a little maniac who holds prisoners for his dastardly experiments. Mwah! MJ advances to an L train, a Goose Island factory, and a laboratory complete with aliens and incubation units. He selflessly battles ghouls, ball bots, and henchmen in trench coats. Look out, Mike! Along the way, Michael gets a chance to bounce on giant springs, channel some lightning, prance around like Richard Simmons, and save Mr. Larry Bird. Dr. Cranium's master plan is to turn the Dream Team into the Mean Team, but thanks to the Bald One's valiant efforts, all the players make it out alive. Michael Jordan may forever be remembered as the world's greatest basketball player, but chaos in the Windy City is not one of his better moves. The mere mention of its title can strike fear in the hearts of gamers everywhere.
Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City is a game that hopefully blows right out of a city near you.